Okay, we are back. We're having some technical difficulties, but Instagram has been updated and we should be good to go. But like I was saying, I have our client Liz getting ready to join us. Um, okay, so let's see. But anyways, this one is especially good for all of you mamas out here because Liz is a busy mama. Hello.
Hey.
That was so weird. I've never had it do that before.
Well, I'm the worst about updating my apps. Thankfully, I clicked Instagram update instead of all 90 that needed to be updated.
We would have been here for a minute.
Yes.
Well, I appreciate you sharing your day.
Yeah.
I'm excited because I think you are just such a perfect person to have on here because you work full time. You have three little boys. It's three little boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you're in school right now. So you are just like the perfect example that you are able to, make progress and make changes with having such a busy life already. And like you don't even have a gym membership. You're doing all of this from your home. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for you to share a little bit about your journey so far. And then yeah, I have a few questions for you.
Okay. Well, it all kind of started. Lydia and I've known each other forever.
Hmm.
And then I kept watching her page and stalking it, stalked Alex's page, like just kept going, thinking about it, but never quite going through with it. And then in January, I did a full week of workout and then went, I need help. If I'm going to get to my goals, I need to make sure I'm not wasting my time. I only have so much time. It's got to be the best I can get. And so I contacted Alex and I had a little bit of a sticker shock at first because I didn't know how much coaching cost. At like once I thought about it, I was like, that's perfectly reasonable. I had no idea. So it was a pretty big shock to me. Um, if I think it was completely worth it. But so and I've been happy with the system because everything, the hardest thing I think has been just taking the time to track things because when I make a meal for my whole family, that can be difficult.
Right.
But, even then, like I can guesstimate and stuff like that. So I just kind of added that in, and that helped me realize I was not eating enough protein and I was eating a lot of junk food or not drinking enough. I knew I wasn't drinking enough, but man, that was a real eye opener for me. And then I just started working out and um, I was really going hard, and then my schedule changed like 2 weeks ago, and so I had to come back off of it. But even with the nutrition stuff that I've kept up, I've still seen changes. I feel better. I haven't gotten to take my pictures or measurements in like 2 weeks, and I am dying to take them. I'm waiting
Yeah.
on my husband to be available. So I know there's change. I feel it. I feel clothes feeling better, and so. But that's pretty much my story. I feel like everything was easy to adjust to my life versus I had to adjust my whole life around something else, which I knew was not sustainable for me long term. And
Right.
so,
And
yeah.
that's something, you and I talked about from day one is just coming up with a plan that works for you and your schedule. Because if it's this crazy plan that you have to work out 7 days a week for an hour to 2 hours every single day, obviously that's not going to happen. That's just not going
Hmm.
to happen. It's not sustainable long term. And it's been crazy to watch just I feel like even your mindset shifting over these last few weeks. And you just started, I was looking back and you started January 7th, which is crazy because the amount of change that you've made in that time. I'm pretty sure that's when you started because that's when I have your first weigh in.
Yeah.
Which is just wild because like looking at your side by side pictures and just your stinking biceps, the amount of growth that you've had is absolutely crazy. So it's just been so exciting. And like you said, like we've known each other for a long time. So it's just fun to see you like find something that you enjoy so much. And I know you and I had talked about it before and like even having your husband like get more interested in it and being able to talk to him about it. It's just been fun to see that side as well.
He teases me because the other day he told me how much he weighed. I was like, it's 3 in the afternoon. Was that a morning weight? And he was like, no, shut up. And I was like, that doesn't count. I was
No.
like, stop weighing unless it's first thing in the morning. And
Yes, yes, you got it down. But I saw you talking today on your story just about how weigh-ins used to be really frustrating for you, and I feel like it's so neat to see you kind of step over that and realize, it is a number and it is just a way to track your progress. And the scale is going to fluctuate depending on your stress and your sleep, and it's exciting to see you get to a place where you don't let it affect you if the scale goes up a tiny bit. Just watching your mindset change over these past few weeks has been awesome.
yes, that's been a big one for me because I used to like weigh once a week and be done.
Mhm.
And seeing the daily and the average, and like I'm a data person. So like seeing all that information is a big deal to me. And then like last week I had a really stressful week and it was a rough week and my weight went up, but I was able to just look at it like go, okay, this isn't a big deal. It's just a little bit higher. Okay, whatever. You've had a bad week. You didn't drink enough water. Okay. And then it just started going back down again. And I think some of it is, and I've always said this, it's never been about a number on the scale for me. And even like 3 weeks in, it was like, oh, well, I would love to get to X number. And then I had to like pull that out of my system again and go, I don't care how much I weigh. I just want to feel good. I want to look good. I want this, and so it's definitely every once in a while I have to like give myself a little TED talk on it, but it,
Yes,
it
I think
it's
we're all
such a good tool to learn stuff too.
especially when you have other ways of tracking like the changes that you've made, like your comparison pictures, seeing like week one to where you're at. Well, I'm just as excited to see your updated check-in pictures because no one has biceps changed the way that you do, and I just cannot get over it. But even the way like your clothes are fitting differently, and it's so easy, especially as women, I feel like, to get wrapped up in that number and let it affect our mood or the way that we're thinking about things. And so getting to the point where you can just see it as a number and a way to track, where you're at.
Hmm.
So where would you say, what are some of the other changes that you've noticed overall besides just like physical changes?
Um, I think there's definitely been like a mental shift because I'm a I'm a task-oriented person, and having this my job is constantly changing in my hours and like literally my whole life, but having this one thing that is always consistent of, oh, I need to get this, I need to get X amount of steps and things like that, it has actually helped me be more consistent in other parts of my life of, I've kept up with this, I can add one more step of I'm going to start taking care of this every week instead of letting it go. And so it's helped me really I listened to a podcast, oh, I don't know, 2 months ago that really talked about, just take little steps, not the teeny baby steps of, she talked about, she just started doing 5-minute workouts every day and she
Mhm.
started making herself wash her face every night and just little things, but how much they add up. And I started going from that go big or go home mentality, not only in fitness, but in my entire life to I'm going to fold one load of laundry real quick and it has really helped. So
For sure. It's so easy to go like 0 to 100 and feel like there's no balance in between. And
mhm.
I feel like you found this mindset where we're just focusing on right now getting 1% better each day. And in 2 months, that's really going to add up and not feeling like you have to nail everything absolutely perfectly or you have to lift 7 days a week. You know what I mean? Like just realizing, okay, we're just going to focus on being literally just 1% better today. And it's just been so exciting to see the changes you've made physically and with your mindset because um, that's a big deal being able to get in a place where you're just in a better mindset. Um,
Well, and it's funny because like that go big or big go home mentality. So Friday night, my kids and I got attacked by a dog. We were okay, but it was really awful. Saturday, I felt like crap, and I didn't understand why. Now looking back, it's like, oh, duh. But I didn't get in my steps, and it was like 11 o'clock at night, and I was like, okay, I should get up and just walk circles in my living room because I don't have a treadmill, can't go anywhere. And I went, no, it was a bad day. You're gonna just have a lower step day, and it's okay.
yes.
And that was a huge hurdle for me to just go to bed and watch a show and go to bed. Like it just not always hit it. I want to be consistent, but sometimes you just have to accept that you had a bad day and move on. But I didn't let it affect the next day.
Yes.
So that
Uh,
was a big thing for me.
Yeah. And that's so important to be able to look at that and realize, okay, I don't have to absolutely nail my protocol today. Sometimes just getting in bed and just turning your mind off and just being able to, know that you have tomorrow to nail your protocol that day. And having a day off is not going to make you completely reset this. Like, it's not a program that you miss one day and you start back on day one or restart the program. You know what I mean? It's like this
Hmm.
is just a lifestyle adjustment, and realizing that some days are not going to be 100% perfect, and that did not cause you to fully mess up or restart. Um,
Yes.
so I love that you're able to start realizing that you don't have to be absolutely perfect every single day. And some days are like that. And that's why this is a lifestyle. Like, you just make little tweaks and you continue to show up each day and give it your best.
Hmm.
And one of my favorite things with you is the fact that you're doing all of this from home and you're making crazy changes. And I just feel like you just proved to people that you don't have to have a gym membership or 3 gym memberships. Like, you've made crazy change, literally doing this from your bedroom.
Hmm.
And just you have such a crazy schedule. Like I said earlier, you have 3 little ones that you take care of. Um, you have 3 little guys, and you work, and you're a student, and you're still making so many changes. And I'm blown away by you and your consistency. And I know I tell you this all the time, but it makes my job so fun because obviously I'm passionate about this, and seeing you get excited and show up every day just is so fun for me.
It's been so good for me to have something for myself. As a mom, it was really easy to like lose my identity,
Yeah.
and I feel like I finally kind of got it back, and
Mhm.
I had to try harder this time. Like each child, every pregnancy afterwards, I'd have to really kind of push, but this time it was a lot harder. And I think some of it's COVID and just not going anywhere, but um, I don't know. That's part of the reason I think I am consistent is because I like that I have my little thing that I've kept up with and
Right.
enjoy, and so that's been a big deal for me to have that outlet, and
Mhm.
that's a win-win because it's I'm getting healthier at the same time. So
Absolutely. So one of my questions I have for you, and I'm curious to hear what your answer is, but what would you say is your very favorite part so far overall?
in what way?
I guess just as like joining AB Fit in general, what would you say is like been most helpful for you, or just your favorite part?
I think the accountability has been a big one. Like today in my stories, I shared that I didn't want to weigh myself. I felt kind of bloated and crappy, and then I weigh myself, and it's like lower than I was expecting. And I was like, "What the heck?" I like reweighed myself twice, and honestly, if it hadn't been for I needed to go fill that in my little thing on the app today, I probably would have skipped it and gone, "Oh, you don't feel good. It's fine."
Right?
So that accountability is a huge deal.
Mhm.
Um, so that's that's been a big part. And then I think having an outlet of other people I can talk to and know that they feel the same way. So I'm not just that, creepy person that wants to talk about their workouts all day long.
I love the group side of it. Like, cause so you are in the community program, so we have our weekly calls. Which I absolutely love. I look forward to our calls every week, and it's so fun to see in your check-in that you are excited for the calls as well. But then we have our private Facebook group and then the WhatsApp chat, which that group is usually very active. So it is fun to have. I feel like there's a lot of people like in the same season of life. So for you, there's other full-time working moms out there, and we have our group that works out at home, and everybody has certain things in common. So it's really fun to
Hmm.
see that and to be able to like bounce ideas off of each other and see how certain people are cooking dinners or getting their workouts in or where they're fitting it in.
Hmm. Definitely.
So I'm excited. I want to hear some of your goals. I want you to share with us. What would you say are your main goals for these next several weeks?
Well, I'm going to continue my bicep goal. I have always had larger arms and I've always been embarrassed by them. And then like last summer, I stopped wearing tank tops or anything because I was so embarrassed. And so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to embrace it and they're just going to get buff. And so I've been working them really hard and I love it. Now I can lift up like groceries and all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, oh, dang, these aren't even heavy anymore. So, um,
I need to know real quick, is Kevin getting concerned that he needs to start training his biceps?
no, because my husband is one of the lucky people that has the genes where he can literally work out 2 times on his biceps and they're just ripped. Like it, I started working out consistently way before he did, and then he joined me, and then with like 2 weeks, he completely surpassed me. It's just, and he like comes over and shows me his biceps. I'm like, oh, they look so nice. I'm so
Yeah.
proud of you. I hate you. And then I'll be like, look at mine, and he's like, oh, I see. So I'm like, just stop. But
So yes, we're continuing to build those biceps, and I think I cut you off. I just had to know what he was thinking.
um, so yeah, the other thing is like I work in an accounting office and tax season is really revving up. So staying consistent is a big deal to me right now because if I can stay consistent through our busiest season, I can do it any time of the year.
Oh,
And
what?
so and then having that, I work out at night and there's just kind of a knowing I get to come home and work out, it's been a stress relief for me of, oh, yay, it's been a busy day and it helps me shut my mind off. I have seriously dreamed about tax returns that I've been doing. Kid you not, one time I dreamed about one and woke up and figured out what I had done wrong and what I needed to do to fix it
Oh
and went
my,
to work the next day. So excited. So um, it's a good way for me to shut my mind off. So just that consistency through this stressful time is a big deal to
right.
me. And this is when I normally like gain weight or just the worst time of my like of the year. Best and worst, it's kind of a weird
Yeah,
combination, but
yeah.
so
Well, one of my favorite things is that you know that I'm creeping on your trainerize account. I'm looking for that daily weigh-in. I'm looking to make sure you've been tracking your food and getting your workouts in. So, no, I just want you to know I'm so incredibly just proud of how much you've put into this. And I know that you said, like you said, it's a financial investment, and getting every single thing out of it. And you and I have talked about this before. Just through this, learning as much as you absolutely can so that these changes are long term. And, you're learning to track so you can do this as long as you want to. You're cooking differently for your family now. You're aware of your water intake more. So, I'm just excited for these changes to be so lasting and just how much work you've put in to like really learn through these weeks. And like I said, we've only been together since January 7th. So I'm just like so excited to see what we do in these next several weeks and what your biceps look like.
well, it's really hard. I'm so like I'm always like, I wonder if she'll give me something new this week. But then at the same time, I'm like, ease back, you gotta just keep going.
Yes.
But I love challenges. So it's been fun for me to hit those challenges of, oh, I'm gonna hit my water intake more or so
Yes. Yes. Well, just keep waiting. That's how I was. It was like a love-hate relationship when I would get my protocol changed, especially in prep. Like I was like, okay, it's go time, let's go. I want to see what's next. But then I'm also like, I don't really want it to change. uh, but yes, I'm excited as we continue to like make little tweaks here and there to just watch you nail it and just watch you change around when you have to be able to make things work.
yes.
But I appreciate you so much coming on here, and it was fun to get to talk to you. Just know I'm creeping on your Train Rise account.
Well, I need to. The other day, I realized I hadn't turned in my stuff until like late at night. I'm like, oh crap! I hope she didn't think I'm like slacking today.
No, no, no. I know that you are on it, and I can always shoot you a message. I think is that your brother that commented on it?
Yes, I joined one of his lives and went to town with his friends, and so he's trying to get back at me.
I love it. Uh, well, I appreciate you hopping on here, and I won't keep you any longer. But just keep pushing harder. And like I said, each day is just a chance to do 1% better. And on those days that we need to relax a little bit. Um, do not stress over being 100% perfect.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I feel like I have to stay on here because it's comps. I'm letting them off easy. I'm letting you off easy if we end it.
I probably deserve it, but this is my first live, so you could give me a break, Daniel.
Yes, yes. All right. Well, I will let you go and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
All right, see ya.
Bye.